And we are live, guys. Thanks again for joining. This is your boy, the Real Shot 256, for another episode of Evening Crypto. And today we are going to just be talking about what Bitcoin has been doing in the last 5 hours, 6 hours, and it's definitely this is definitely more of a celebratory episode here. I'm not going to talk too much about the news. Just be really focusing on the bullish momentum and just celebrating what Bitcoin has been doing today, um, again, for the past 6 hours, and just talk about things that really make us feel at this very moment in time, make us feel very optimistic about the future of Bitcoin and the crypto market overall. Just a lot of things that I think that we should keep in mind when we think about crypto and crypto markets, when we think about Bitcoin and the potential it can definitely have on our lives going forward. Now that we, in my opinion, I had told you guys, I know maybe about 3 weeks, close to a month ago, I was telling you guys that we were definitely out of the bear market and into a more of a transitional stage in the market where we're actually, heading in the direction of a bull market. And what a way to really get those, get that thought kicked on or kicked out, or not kicked out, but kick us off is what I'm trying to say in that direction uh, by again hitting a all-time high for 2019, a price target that we had not seen since May of 2018. And again, just things that are really making us feel very optimistic about Bitcoin and the future of crypto. Without further ado, we are currently at a 320 billion dollar market cap, and also our trading volume in the last 24 hours has gone up to 79. At one point, a few days ago, we were in the 50s, low 50s. We have now bounced up in the 24-hour volume up to almost $80 billion in the last 24 hours. And I mean, couldn't again, like, yeah, I said it yesterday, couldn't be happier about that. Couldn't be more bullish. Yesterday, we were still under $300 billion market cap. We have definitely exceeded that. We were at 320 billion minutes ago, and just great momentum coming into the beginning of the summer. In fact, today is the first day of summer, June 21st, and again, what a way to kick it off um, for everyone in the crypto sphere. So, taking a look at Bitcoin here, I'll tell you guys, there's full disclosure. There is no way you can do any sort of technical analysis with what's been going on in the crypto sphere, especially with Bitcoin. I mean, just going parabolic. At one point, I think we touched the 13%, 13% increase in price um, in Bitcoin in the last 6 hours or so, and it's now back down to, according to CoinMarketCap, back down to about 9% run in the last 6 hours. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's really difficult to at this point really try to do any sort of technical analysis. I mean, it just makes a trader's life. I mean, it's the dream of a trader, but it's also a predicament at the same time because you don't know. It's really hard to gauge what is next, what is coming next. I think we are going to have to wait a few days for some consolidation. A lot of people, I think, are going to be capitulating here. It's probably a good point to do that um, because, again, a lot of people psychologically were waiting on the $10,000 mark. We have definitely just crushed through it with no remorse. So I do think we are going to have to spend a few days here consolidating, trying to figure out where the correct price is in between the um, the local top here, which would be 10,952, and maybe somewhere around one of these two moving averages to start off, right? To start off, maybe I moved my first indicator here to 10 just because I needed to have a more volatile or an EMA that moves quicker than the 21. I usually have a 21 as the yellow. I moved it down to a 10 because again I needed to have something that would catch up to the just the volatile, really aggressive price action that's been going on. So I did switch to that. And again, in the next few hours, I think we're going to have to see Bitcoin settling. Again, it could come down and touch the 10 and bounce from it. But I really want to see it kind of, you know, start playing in between these two, and that'll be sort of an indication that Bitcoin is starting to consolidate, at whatever price that happens. So once you see the price starting to converge with these two, and you see that as sort of a lasting trend for the next few days, then we can definitely say, okay, we have built some sort of a base there, and then start to maybe take a look at other factors like what the volume is looking like, overall sentiment of the market, and see what the chart is telling us. Also, maybe bring up the stochastic RSI. Actually, wrong one there. Stochastic is going to give us just the overall momentum from the lower trade time frames or lower time frames, and all the way up to the higher time frames. Currently, we did have a cross to the downside, and we are heading back into the more neutral area of the stochastic. And then from there, I mean, we could have a bounce. I mean, right about in here, and who knows, maybe another run. Um, will it finish the run? I mean, we were darn close to 11,000. You can consider that run to be done. I mean, it definitely accomplished more than anybody I think had in mind. So from there, we could potentially see again Bitcoin try to retest this area and try to either move above it with some decision, with some volume behind it. Otherwise, I do think if there's not enough momentum going back into that into this area here, the high 10,000 and into 11,000, then we can definitely start seeing a bigger retracement at that point. But we're still days, maybe a week away from that. I do think that move would be something that we can see within the next week or so. So again, just want to talk about the bullishness of the market, the sentiment that that's going around. I mean, crypto Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, you name it. Every crypto news outlet is talking about this. I'll show you guys a little bit about that. And also, this morning, like I said, if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, I really would like to see you there because I do post things like this, like this morning. Um, I really like the whale alert um, Instagram account. Actually, take that back. It's a Twitter account. I really do. This is somebody I follow, and I really do enjoy their daily postings. Look at this news from earlier today. I shared it on my Instagram account as soon as I saw it on Twitter. $100 million USDT printed earlier today at 2:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today. And I took it and I shared it on my Instagram account, and I wrote over it, said we're going up. That was at 2:45 p.m. this afternoon. I knew what that meant, just didn't know when was going to happen. And these are sort of the things that make you think, Well, it's this could be an orchestrated event, right? These are the sort of things that just kind of make you go, hmm. But I am not complaining. I'm not going to sit here and say that that's awful, or that is something that I am against. Not at all. I mean, I was in Bitcoin. I was waiting for a nice move, as I was telling you guys, um, to 10,000 back a while ago. In fact, I'm gonna have to bring my other account up here. No, I can't do that. Never mind. Let's just keep going. Um, Another piece of news that I had shared earlier today, to kind of support what I was telling you guys earlier about how about a month ago I was telling you guys that the sentiment in the market, in the crypto market, definitely feels like we're out of the bear market and going into a transitional period where we don't know how long it's going to last. But in my opinion, I did see us in this stage for the next few months, at least, maybe a quarter, 3 or 4 months, and then take on a definitely a bullish posture. I mean, you might be thinking to yourself right now, what more bullish posture, or what more of a bullish sentiment and price action. I mean, everything that you can think of right now just seems very, very bullish and indicative that we are definitely in a bull market. And I'm not gonna disagree with you, and I almost feel kind of foolish saying that we need to wait and have some confirmation. Your initial reaction might be, "Hey, I mean, what more support do you want from this? What more confirmation do you want um, to be able to change your mind and say, okay, we are definitely in a bull market?" So, um, yeah, I do. I don't want to be. I don't want to be calling this prematurely. So I definitely just want to take it easy, wait for the next couple of months and see where we're at. But overall, long term, this is definitely great to start off with to get us out of a bear market and into a bull market. And if this is the beginning of a bull market, I mean, guys, just start turning your wheels, start getting your gears in place, because I mean, if this is just the beginning, can you imagine what this next bull market is going to be like? And gosh, I mean, just this feels great. Just looking at this feels amazing. Feels great. You must be feeling vindicated at this point. I mean, from going from, if you were here in late 2017 and you bought in the higher ranges in at the top, you must be you have to be feeling a bit vindicated at this present moment. um, Everyone that told you not to invest, and when Bitcoin went to 3,000 and everybody was saying, nah, it's dead, you're such a fool for investing in such a stupid thing like crypto. um, you know Cheers to you for holding on. If you were hodling, I've said it before. It's there is nothing wrong with hodling. You're in this fight. You're in this journey with a lot of us, and cheers to you for holding on. Um, Definitely enjoy this moment, and just but don't in my opinion, don't overdo it. I mean, we could certainly pull back from here. Be ready for that. Um, and just I don't know. Just I think we should all just take a step back and breathe a little bit and just enjoy this, because this certainly feels amazing again to have $10,000 Bitcoin again. I mean, just saying it makes me feel vindicated. Kind of like I don't know. It adds a step to your walk. It adds certainly a grain of confidence when you talk about this. You definitely want to tell your friends and neighbors. I was actually at a work function earlier today, and I have a libertarian friend that is not in crypto, is not investing in crypto. And I asked him, I've been meaning to have this conversation with you. Um, why haven't you invested into crypto? And we ended up going on a tangent for about an hour and like 15 minutes, something like that. And just talking about crypto, governments, and so many other things. Um, and it just gives us, or it gives me, and I'm pretty sure you guys too. It gives us the confidence, to see that this is real, guys. This is a real market. Yeah, we went down from 20,000 to 3,000. That's about an 85% retracement. But guys, I mean, here we are. We're back into five-digit Bitcoin. And again, this is only the beginning. And so definitely hoping that you're feeling confident about your decision to invest in something that hopefully you believe in, like I do, and you have faith for, especially in the long term of things. Definitely, my hat is going off to you for sticking it through. Um, Another thing that again, to start off with the momentum going forward, and just the positive sentiment going forward, something that'll make us feel, I think, even more confident and even more optimistic about the future of cryptocurrency. This great tweet by the rhythm trader, another account I follow on Twitter. You know, back in the 2017 bull run, we didn't have Fidelity, we didn't have AT&T accepting Bitcoin, and I mean, AT&T is just one of the many thousands of merchants and businesses that are starting to accept and starting to adopt Bitcoin as a form of payment, and other cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin. Congress wasn't fighting it. Uh, Um, you know, Debatable. Back in 2017, we were definitely in the radar, but Backed wasn't launching with it. Um, Backed hasn't even launched yet. They are scheduled to launch somewhere in the middle of July next month. But we still don't have Backed yet. So that is something that we should all be looking forward to. Again, that is Backed. The owners of the Intercontinental Exchange, that also owns the New York Stock Exchange, is behind the Backed platform, which will provide the market with physically settled futures contracts, which uh, there aren't any currently. We don't have any. The CBOE and the CME Chicago, both Chicago-based markets, do not settle physically in Bitcoin. They settle in dollars. So this is a great thing because, again, Bakkt is going to have to buy up a huge amount of reserves to be able to settle their contracts physically with Bitcoin. So I mean, just an amazing accomplishment from the folks over at ICE. And I just cannot wait for that to open. And I am wishing the Bakkt platform and the people over at Bakkt and ICE a great success with that. Also, Microsoft wasn't building on it for darn sure. Bill Gates was not in the radar as far as blockchain technology, but I think he is definitely a visionary. And I don't have to tell you that. You probably already know that he is one of the richest individual alive today, by being the CEO of Microsoft. TD Ameritrade wasn't trading it for sure. E-Trade wasn't trading it, or didn't have a crypto trading platform. Now they do. Um, and also Facebook wasn't competing with it. We back in 2017, we kind of knew that at some point one of the, Facebook, or maybe Twitter, was going to get into, and in fact, both have gotten into, um, um, the owner of Twitter is also very much into cryptocurrency, and especially Bitcoin. Um, Says he's racking up about $1,000 a month worth of Bitcoin. Um, his other business, he owns Square as well, and his that particular business is doing quite well for him. And he's also adopted cryptocurrency and Bitcoin into his payment processing platform many months ago. So just a list of things to make us feel really optimistic about the future of crypto again. Um, and then some news from this sort of thing you're going to see a lot here within the next couple of days. I think if you watch this video when you wake up tomorrow morning, if you are on the eastern side of the world, you are probably going to wake up to a lot of these news articles about Bitcoin, hitting 10,000 plus last night, um, or for present times, just about a few hours ago. And you're going to start seeing a lot of this. So your feed is going to be filled with just glee and amazement and just a very positive sentiment about the current state of the market, with Bitcoin again hitting over 10K. Um, and yeah, again, guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, please give me a shout out and let me know that you're following. I think you should. Again, I just post regular content there. This was one of the last posts from earlier this week. I was calling for a move to 94. Boy, was I short on that. But again, I don't try to hype things too much. I try to give you realistic expectations. If we do exceed those, then it's always better to under promise and over deliver than the other way around. So definitely try and follow me here. Again, some just for some news and updates. And also, let's take a look at other coins and see. Bitcoin's at it again here, going back to 10.7 on Binance. Let's take a look at other coins and see how they're doing. Litecoin um, joined in on the fun. However, it's starting to fizzle out. Um, but I mean, it had a really nice move here. Let's measure this. Um, top to top of the wick, about 4.67% run. Not too shabby, but I mean half as much as Bitcoin. XRB also joined in the fun, up to 45 cents now. Um, not bad for XRP, not bad. And BNB token also joining in on the fun as well. But that is no surprise to me. When Bitcoin moves, we can definitely count on BNB token to move as well. And yeah, definitely. I mean, anything that you look at right now in the market is going to have a similar looking chart. Let's look at also gold. I was telling you guys about gold yesterday, that something's going on with I think something's up with traditional markets. The visionaries and savvy investors, I think, are starting to see something that we're not seeing yet. Because I mean, just look at this huge gap in price in gold here over the last 48 hours. It's only 1.96%, but in the gold market, if you really look at it, it's a pretty big jump. I mean, look at the weekly here, just so you can start to gain some perspective on that. I mean, look at that. It's just insane. Insane. I mean, these prices go back to March 2014. So, yeah, that's another hot topic, trending topic in my eyes. I'm gonna keep an eye on gold and the SPY and traditional markets, because again, um, I do see this as a hedging move for a lot of savvy investors. Um, I think they're expecting something. I personally think traditional markets may have topped out and may have maybe starting a downtrend into some lower areas here and start testing some of the lows, and then we'll see what happens from there. But and you know it. I'm not a fan of the saying or the thought that if this happens in traditional markets, if we see traditional markets starting to dip and starting to lose momentum and lose a lot of these gains here, that a lot of these people are going to start moving directly into crypto. That is, in my mind, in my opinion, that is a fallacy. And if you hear somebody say that, I mean, don't listen to that individual or group of individuals um, too closely. I mean, don't take everything they're saying to heart and take it with a grain of salt. Um, I'm just not a big fan of the saying because it's there isn't enough evidence. The crypto market is such a young market still that there isn't enough evidence um, to correlate it or say it's a completely uncorrelated asset with traditional markets, the S&P, the Nasdaq. So again, just if you hear that kind of nonsense, take it with a grain of salt. Um, Go back to Bitcoin and see what it is doing back in the 10,700 range. I mean, just look at this chart. Beautiful chart. I do think that we are going to close this weekly candle here on Sunday in a couple days from now. Sunday, we'll look for that close at 5 p.m. Pacific time or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do think we're going to close, above, obviously, above the $10,000 mark. In fact, um, let's kind of put a timeline here. Yep. Uh, there we go. All right. So I do think we should be closing um, this weekly candle above this line here. And if we do, I mean, again, we'll have to be careful because we did say we did hit a psychological price, um, and so a lot of people are going to start capitulating, and we just have to take it a day at a time. We'll see where the weekly candle ends up closing on Sunday evening, and go from there. If we do hit into the $11,000 price range, and we close the weekly above the $11,000 price range, then I mean, geez, we can say that maybe Bitcoin is going to 12,000. But we'll wait that out till Sunday, and we'll see where we close. But again, I don't anticipate us closing anywhere close to 10,000 on the weekly. I do think that we are going to close above that price range. So um, that's really all I wanted to do. Like say here, really just celebrate today, getting into the five digits with a lot of vengeance, with a lot of conviction on this move. So definitely want to I wanted to get in here and give you guys a just my thoughts overall and how we have so much to look forward and how the sentiment right now is just I mean couldn't be better, couldn't be any more optimistic. Um, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. How are you guys feeling? Um, is there any truth to what I'm saying? Maybe you completely disagree with me and you think it's still going to zero. Let me know down in the comments. But um, again, just wanted to get out here and congratulate everyone who stuck it through since 20,000 down to 3,000. Man, that was a rough ride. But we can if you got in at 20,000, we can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. For those of us who've been here longer and have also ridden the ups and the downs, this definitely feels amazing to be back in bullish territory or what feels to be bullish territory. Again, we'll have to wait a couple months and before we can confirm either or. All right, guys. So definitely follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Let me know that you are following. My handle is therealshaw256. Um, and definitely give me a shout. Let me know you're following. All right, that is all I got for you guys tonight. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, wonderful Friday night, and when you wake up tomorrow morning, that this sort of news puts a big old smile on your face. All right, guys, signing off. We'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.